Good day and welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to be talking about how we can add links to our web page, and this is one of the uses of HTML, which is Hypertext Markup Language. It enables us to move from one web page to another using links. So in this video, we are going to be talking about how we can actually add these links to our web page. So go over to your code editor, and the only thing I have there is an H1 which says links. So we need the H1. We are going to be adding our link, and to add the link we'll need an anchor tag. The anchor tag can be represented by the letter A. So by typing it and then selecting it in our code editor, it will help us to complete it by writing the opening tag and the closing tag. And this A has this attribute called href, and this href will contain the URL of where we want to link our web page to. So what do I mean? We'll see that in a minute. So still in our code editor, you open your Explorer and then create a new file by clicking on this icon which says new file. So we are going to be creating a new HTML file, and I'm calling it about.html and enter. The new file has been created, and we can then populate what is inside the file by writing our template HTML and then selecting this second one, which is HTML5, and this will then populate it for us. Then in the body we just simply write an H1 tag which says about, save it, and then go back to our index.html. Now what we want to do is to be able to link this index.html to our about.html. And how can we do that? We can do that simply by using a link. And for us to use a link, we need the anchor tag, which is this represented by letter A with a opening and closing tag. So in the href, we'll write out the URL we want to link it to, and our own will be about.html. And in between the opening and closing tag, we'll write the text that we want to be displayed. So we'll just write about, and then we save it, go back to our web browser, take a reply, and then reload the page, and we can see the about. And once we click on it, it takes us to the about page. And if you remember, in our about page we only had an H1 that says about, and if we go back to our web browser, we can see that about page. So therefore we were able to navigate from our index.html page to our about.html page, and this was made possible by using a link. So we were able to put in the name of the file in our href, and therefore it was easy for us to link it together. So back to our code editor, we can also put in a URL over here. So I can put in a URL such as www.youtube.com, and then instead of writing about, I'll just write YouTube, and then I'll save it. Then going over to our browser, we'll go back to our index.html page, and then we can then click on it. It's telling us your file couldn't be accessed, so that means we must have done a mistake somewhere. So back to our code editor, we can see that we only wrote www.youtube.com, and this won't work because it will think we're actually accessing a file, and for us to actually open the YouTube page we need to write out the full URL, and which is https:// then www.youtube.com, and this will tell the browser that we actually want to open a web page which is online and not just a file on our computer system. So we'll save it, go back to our browser, reload the page, then we are back to index.html. We reload the page and then click on the link, and that should take us to the YouTube page, and as we can see, it works. So we're able to link our index.html file to the YouTube page that is online. So I'll quickly close it by going back, and we are back to our index.html file. So that is one of the main uses of the internet, being able to link a page to another page online. I have a challenge for you. Can you modify this anchor tag such that once you click on it, that is, once you click on this YouTube page, or let me quickly change it back to our about.html, that is about.html, and I'll quickly change the text over here back to about. I'll save it, go back to our browser, reload the page, and then give it a go. So it's working. So I have a challenge to give out, and the challenge is, can you modify this anchor tag such that once you click on this about link, it won't open the new page in this current tab. Instead, it will open a new tab, and then the new tab it opens will then open what is in this link. That is, it will open the about page in the new tab and not open it in the current tab is currently on. So again, give it a go, pause the video and try it out. Welcome back. I hope we were able to solve it. If we're not able to solve it, no problem. So the challenge was, we should actually try and modify the anchor tag such that once we click on it, it will open a new tab, and the new tab it opened will actually contain the new page we clicked on, or it will contain the new page we actually want to open. And for us to do that, since we don't know anything about it, we can then go online and browse on for it. And I'm just going to browse on anchor tag html. I'll click on enter, and the first result I'm seeing here is W3 Schools. I'll click on it, and then I can then go ahead and read the information I have here. So we can see the attributes of the anchor tag, and there are a lot of attributes, but the one that caught my attention is target, and it says specifies where to open the linked document, and that looks, or that relates to what we're actually talking of. We want to make it to open a new tab, and then in the new tab it will open the document that we clicked on. So I can then continue to scroll down to see how it is being used, and as I can see here, it says how to open a link in a new browser window. And then we can see that after putting in the link in the href attribute, in the target attribute, they put in an input called _blank. So I'll go over to my browser to give it a go. So I'll open my code editor, and then I'll put in the new attribute I just learned of, target, and then I'll put in the word blank. I'll save it, go over to my web browser, reload the page so as what I've saved will actually take effect, and click on it. And as I can see, it opened a new tab, and in the new tab it opened the about.html page. And if I go back to the previous tab, it still has the index.html page, and if I keep clicking on it, it will keep opening a new tab and opening the about page. And meanwhile, the index.html page still remains in the previous tab. If you want to read more about HTML or the anchor tag attributes, you can come over here. W3 Schools is actually a good resource. You can come over here and read more about it, such as the browser that supports it, and we can see it has a wide range of support of browsers. So the anchor tag is actually a nice HTML tag that is supported by almost all browsers. So if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.